Okay, so in this video, I will be showing you how I beat Mega Knight decks using 3.0 Expo. So, first thing off the bat, with 3.0 Expo, you can be a bit aggressive, especially first play. That's okay to completely burn an Expo, even if they have a massive tank like a Mega Knight, for example. First thing, first tech you need to know, make sure the Mega Knight does not jump on the Expo because we don't want it to cross bridge because he could play bats, he could play a miner, and it could tank for the Mega Knight. Or equally, we'll have to let a miner lock on the tower. He's gonna start with a damage advantage. We don't want that because he can cycle us out. Second thing we need to do is force defenses out first because we don't want him to Mega Knight the back. But one mistake I did make here was I burned my E-Spirit, so therefore his bats were able to get some damage on my tower. And one thing that I always keep in mind whenever I face an opponent with Expo is how well do they defend my Expo. There are certain things that good players do when they defend against Expo. Usually they'll play a tower straight on the Expo, and they'll play their mega tank, their big tank, or the highest hit point unit they have. They'll play it in in their half, like almost at the king tower, because then that maximizes the amount of time it has distracting the Expo, which is what we don't want. Now, it might seem hypocritical of me, but I did play the Expo to force out the Evo Mega Knight because in single elixir I didn't want to play against Evo Mega Knight defending in single elixir. I think it's really bad. So forcing it out there means that he has to go into 2 times elixir, cycling his cards to get to an Evo Mega Knight because that's what his main threat is going to be. Because we have answers for literally every single troop on the board. When he placed the Inferno Dragon, I did expo other lane. Because, like I said, it's important to keep the pressure on both lanes. We can't just feed into one big counterattack. Because Mega Knight functions as a counterattack type of archetype. And what's really important is that because we did that, he kind of folded under the pressure, and we can see on the left, I managed to get a lock, and I keep pressuring on the left side because that's where I want to go in. And I catch the miner with my E-Spirit, which is good, and then I Evo Tesla on the bats, which allows me to lock on the tower again, and I think he just, at this point, gives up completely, or plays an Evo Mega Knight. Yeah, he just gives up. I completely got him at that point. So, I think what people tend to struggle with this deck is micro, which is, you know, small decisions, perfect defenses. Especially when people start playing from beatdown to cycle, it's hard for them to really because they don't need to concern themselves over like the perfect way to defend something or the perfect like interaction. It's hard for cycle players to just pick up a expo deck. Equally, it's hard for me to pick up like a beatdown deck because I'm not really good at making long-term decisions. So yeah, 3.0 Expo against Mega Knight. Okay, we're going into another one. We're against Jordan Beck. Fuck, get off my screen. Okay, so I say skeletons in the middle if I get the micro right. Oh, never mind, I didn't. But that tells me he's got a cycle deck or yeah, he's got a cycle deck or something I don't like. I'm gonna have to fireball that. I can't be asked. So he's got Logbait, Insanity. If he goes Princess the other way, yep, catch that. There's just little things that you'll have to do, like typically to predict things. Just keep on top of the game, really. I think predicting Princess the Bridge was honestly like one of the best things I could have done that whole game. I didn't need actually, yeah. No, it actually keeps it as a threat. Okay, so I was debating whether my knight was a good move or not because yeah. I'm just really worried right now because he could Princess the Bridge again or he could Goblin Barrel. Yeah, he's gonna Goblin Barrel. I think that's low. Oh no, that's normal. That's fine. As long as I keep the Tesla up, He can Princess the Bridge again. No, he fire. Okay, this is the biggest mistake log-based players do: is Princess the back against 3.0 Expo, because it just gets me fireball value. They can't rock it straight away because I can punish with the Expo, and then yeah. See, he's done the right thing in Goblin Gang the bank, because Goblin Gang is truthfully his like biggest that's his biggest threat. I can't lie. Goblin Gang is really solid against any Expo deck in general. I'm just gonna do it, bro. Okay, so he's trying to switch to opposite lane, because I'm gonna log that. I'm gonna have to log that. I can't deal with that with the evil archers. I can't waste them. He's gonna definitely barrel. Yep. I'm gonna be down a bit of damage, but this is like perfect, because then I can. He's gonna rocket, definitely rocket. There we go. Then I just gotta cycle again to another Expo. I just gotta keep going. Knight. And you can see that the evil archers is such a problem for him, because inversely, like, I can fireball that shit. Oh, it takes care of all the spear goblins. Spear goblins is just so annoying to deal with. I can't lie. You can also like Tesla in the. Yeah, I knew that was a back barrel. You can always Tesla there, and he keeps princessing here. I can just keep fireballing him. It doesn't matter. I'm up on both sides. I can force out a rocket if I want, but equally, I can just keep like doing this. I'm just like playing Clash of Clans right now. He can't really do anything. And it's just helping me cycle to the next log, because log is cheaper than Goblin Barrel, so he's forced to spend. And I can just like put an Expo down, and then he's gonna have to Inferno Tower, but I'm gonna defend that, and then it's gonna lock. So he can't really do anything, because like I said, if I force out the rocket, he's not able to defend. And obviously with the nerf to the Evo Barrel, we can see which one's the fake one, and it just lets me win really easily, because like I said, Goblin Gang and Princess the Bridge is probably the best thing he's got going for him. Because if you think about it, Rocket is obviously a good counter to the Expo, but we have Evil Watchers, we have E-Spirit, just to like take care of all the swarm that he's got. He really can't do anything against 3.0 Expo, which is why I understand that Logplate players don't like facing 3.0 Expo. I can completely see why.